Hello, cosplay world. We're back for some Monday questions, and I'm actually getting it done on Monday. Awesome. This is Sunday night, so I'll just edit it up. It's not too hard with these. I don't do a lot of editing. Just kind of cutting the front and back off, and music, title, ending shot. Boom, done. Fantastic. Awesome. Oh well. I'm starting a new project this Monday morning, so I got the area kind of clean for the next setup. Anyway, let's get into questions. Yes. So I got a question about hot knives. How do I use them, all that? Well, I guess I'll cover hot knives. Focus. Yes, it's just me thinking and then pausing and thinking. So hot knives are good for cutting through plastics and light foams and things like that. They, as you may guess, are knives that are hot. What they normally don't come with this blade. You have to get a soldering iron. This is just a soldering iron with a replaceable head. It comes with we've actually collected quite a few of these little attachment bits here over the years, and let's see, this thing is just kind of a standard soldering iron bit here, but it comes with all these are kind of brass here, or yeah, I think these are probably all brass. Now it comes with a brass blade. I get here it's $20, $20 US for a kit with a bunch of detachable heads, and one of them is a brass blade. We of course don't use that because it kind of gets messed up and it's no good. Oops, I think you guys can't see that, so let me just move this back a bit. Okay, so these are the heads that go on it. Oh yeah, but what happens is it oxidizes and it gets all messed up, and you can see here this is a regular soldering iron head, and then that tip there, it's all messed up. So when that happens to a blade, it's really not very useful, and the heads tend to snap right off the head, this piece right here, and you're stuck with a little piece of metal on the inside, and you can't get it out, and it's basically trash at that point. So what we have are these brand new steel ones, much better. These last way longer, but we do switch them out once they're not sharp anymore. And we clean them basically by, just kind of scraping these edges off, getting all the crust off of them, and they're good, and they last much longer. Awesome. So if you ever want to use a hot knife, I 100% recommend switching out for steel blades. I don't think steel conducts as good as brass or whatever, but it doesn't matter as long as you're not snapping one of these heads off and cutting yourself. Now, these you should be absolutely careful with. I think I've said this to a great extent in my other videos, but not everyone checks all of my videos, so I guess it's worth going over again. These will cut you as they are a razor blade. These will cut you. They are also extremely hot. So imagine it's something like a lightsaber. It will cut you and cauterize the wound. So unless it's a horrible, terrible wound, which these are tiny, so hopefully you will catch yourself before a horrible wound goes off. It'll cauterize the wound and you won't really bleed, at least not much. So that's how terrible. You don't want to mess with these. These are something you should be careful with. It's not plugged in at the moment. Once it's plugged in, it stays right here on this little base, and it's safe. You don't want to. So this is a nice metal kind of tray for me to keep it safe. Awesome. So I'm gonna put these all away. You are sleeping, cat. I'm gonna put all these little bits and bobs. These make different shapes for wood burning or engraving and things like that. I also use these tools for engraving in the foam. Kind of cool. All right, there we are. Everybody in the bin. Okay, let's put these back in my toolbox. Awesome. Now, I got another question. This is in regard to gigantic weaponry. Now, I don't think you've ever seen me make a truly monstrous sword, because the shipping on those are pretty bad, and I don't know, people see that number and go, oh, I don't want to pay shipping. And I can't blame them because that's all about everybody. Anyway, you want your sword to be you want your sword to be very, very light, but you also want it to be strong. Well, you don't want to make it out of solid wood because it would be heavy and it would be hard and it would be a pain by the end of the day. But EPS foam has a tendency to snap. There we go. Yeah, hey, you better snap on me. You not show off your snappability in my demonstration. Okay, so what do we do about this? Well, there's kind of you can do castings or moldings or things like that where you have a hollow cavity or whatever. My trick for doing this is to use both the benefits of both materials. So I have a nice rigid material like this MDF, and then I have a nice sculptable material like the EPS. Sorry, MDF is medium density fiberboard, so if you hear me say MDF, this is what I mean, medium density fiberboard. This is just a kind of finished version for bookshelves. I like it because it's got smoothness on both sides, which is good for gluing too. It's got a nice even surface. But you could use, say, balsa wood or whatever you like. Might be more expensive. Yeah, this was like $250, and I'm pretty sure this whole piece was like $250 or even more, but I cut some away, so oh, it's your choice. This is 1/8 inch. This works for most cases. However, if you have a truly long sword, like say it's longer than 4 feet, you might want to bulk on up to that 1/4 inch thickness of that medium density fiberboard or MDF. Okay. Now, if it's a sword, you can attach it on, say, this direction. Of course, you can cut it here or here, whatever the case may be, and then stick it on glue, screws, nails, however you like. Here's your handle, here's your big old sword. Okay? Or if it's a scythe, I believe this specific question was referred to a scythe, you mount it on in this way. And you can, this is a dowel rod, you can use your PVC pipe as well. The bigger sword you probably want to go, you probably do not want to use 1/2 inch, you probably want to go up to 3/4 of an inch or even a whole inch thick pipe. Because we don't want the handle to snap off. Those big weapons need big handles just to support the weight. Oh well, so what we do here is we kind of glue our pieces on. Now if you have a decorative bit that has fancy work or carvings and things like that, you might want to do that before you glue it on. Just make sure you have your ease of use and you can move it around and all that good stuff. Then you glue it on. But it's just kind of a plain blade, I would just glue it right on the surface. And of course I glue it on both sides so it's even, so you got this nice, MDF sandwich between the EPS foam buns, and you can sand this down. Now, I wouldn't recommend the rasp or the planer or things like that. Those are more bulky, get the job done quickly and rough and just get the shape going. If you're wanting to make a blade, I recommend the sanding sponge. Now, I know I've said this before, but I'm covering it anyway. But you can shape and sculpt foam with the sanding sponge. There we go. So you can just put that around the edge, sand that down. Now this might be hard to see on the camera, but there is a little blade edge there. It's a very little one because I just made it in like 3 seconds, but anyway. So this down, you got yourself an edge, you got yourself the bulk of material, and you got a nice support structure. And with being so thin and not too much wood, so it's not, so you get the best of both worlds. You get the nice rigidity and it's not so heavy. Okay, now I want you to remember to glue with EPS foam your 3M polystyrene foam insulation 78. This is the best stuff I've found to date. Maybe someone can find something better, I don't know. Tell me if you do, because I'd be interested in looking up the material. or even if like there's a liquid form, like in a can like this, I'd be willing to give that a shot too. But so far I can only find it in spray can. These are about $11 a can, so just be ready. Okay. Oh well, so there we are. Two questions done, not too many. I want you guys to continue sending in those questions. I want you to remember that just because if you're asking a question and somebody else is actually asking this question, and this phone question with the MDF and the EPS phone, it's a common question. I see it a lot of times in the forums and things like that. Now that I have this video, I can refer them to this video rather than writing it down a zillion times. This is going to be the fourth. I've seen it at least 4 times in the forums where people ask this kind of question. So now I can, instead of writing a big old thing, I can just refer them. So it's awesome. If you're thinking you have a stupid question, don't worry about it. Everybody has these questions. It's my pleasure to answer them because it makes me feel smart. And yes, I'm smart. No, this is what I do all day, every day. And hopefully I have a little bit of insight. Not that I don't do everything, I don't know everything. Okay, I don't really. There's lots of people that are way better at stuff than me. Like painting, I'm okay at painting, trust me. The painting tutorial, if it comes up, it will come up, I'll make it to painting tutorial long down the road because I don't consider myself a very highly skilled painter or sewer. In fact, I've been looking for a seamstress, a commissioner or something like that will make tutorials to add more content to the channel. And I think, but it's kind of hard. They're either busy and they have work or school, or maybe they're not into cosplay so hard, or maybe their life is they're not comfortable around cameras. Oh, it's been trying to find someone to make videos with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that one day I can have several people making videos on this channel. That way we can kind of get all that goodness together. And if they're like a commissioner or things like that, they can refer directly to these videos as demonstration of their work and their expertise, rather than kind of saying, here is some pictures of my stuff. Take my word on it. Trust me, I'm amazing. That doesn't always work. You never know without, it's a good. I think these videos are a great demonstration of your abilities, and I, for one, am booked up for a while, and I'm not worried about that in the least. So, I don't know. I don't know. Some other ideas I've been having are. If I ever actually do get enough subscribers, I will just be able to make stuff for free, and I'll just have contests every week, and people will get whatever they want for free. Because hey, why not? Why would I need to like? Yeah, why not? I might as well. If I got that many supporters, I may as well give back to them. You know, that's awesome. But I don't know. In the meantime, I'm trying to get more stuff for you guys. Because I can't cover everything. It would be awesome if I could, but I'm not I can't do everything. I just can't. I'm not skilled in everything. Oh well. Keep your don't be a jackass. There we go. That's what so I'm just trying not to be a jackass. Sometimes I can't be, but oh. I'm rambling. I am totally rambling. I've gone off subject. I've answered your questions. It's all over. Guys, send me your questions. I'd like your comments. Share these videos with your friends if you can. To help support me, to help support the cosplay community. So support a cosplayer, support the cosplay community. That's what I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Good times to all.